Let's talk about 3 luxury SUVs that dealers cannot move right now. The first one? People walk past it every single day without even looking. The last one? That one is basically a military vehicle wearing a tuxedo and pretending it shops at Whole Foods. And mechanics? The same mechanics who tell you not to buy certain European money pits? Yeah, these are the ones they quietly buy with their own cash. This is Old Man Garage, and today we're talking about 3 luxury SUVs that depreciated like they committed tax fraud, but are built to outlive your mortgage. Let's get into it. The 2014 to 2020 Acura MDX. Now I know. I can already hear someone saying, it's just a fancy Honda. And my response is, yes, exactly, that's the point. The 2017 Acura MDX SHAWD had an original MSRP between $48,000 and $51,000 depending on trim. 3 rows, leather, heated seats, dual screens, power everything. And today, you can find a clean 2017 with around 75,000 miles for $15,000 to $18,000. That's Camry money. That's my teenager just got their license money. Meanwhile, someone down the street is financing a brand new mid-trim crossover for $42,000 that will depreciate faster than a gym membership in February. Here's why the MDX is the quiet overachiever of the luxury world. Under the hood sits Honda's 3.5-liter J35 V6. Naturally aspirated, no turbos, no let's see what happens at 90,000 miles. Just old-school, refined engineering Honda has been building since the late 1990s. Around 290 horsepower. Smooth, predictable, boring in the best way possible. And in the car world, boring is beautiful. Earlier models use a timing belt, which means yes, you budget around $800 to $1,000 at about 105,000 miles. But once you do it, you're good for another 100,000 plus. It's maintenance, not a crisis. There's a difference. Fuel economy, around 18 miles per gallon city and 26 highway for front-wheel drive models. The SHAWD versions land slightly lower. Not Prius numbers, but you're driving a 7-passenger luxury SUV, not a lawnmower. Now let's talk transmission. The 2014 to 2016 models had some early complaints about shift feel. Acura refined the 9-speed automatic by 2017, and by 2018, it shifts smoother than your uncle's jazz playlist. The key? Maintenance. Use the correct Honda fluid, not whatever was on sale at AutoZone. And here's where it gets funny. People are terrified of used luxury SUVs. They assume every one of them is waiting to explode like a Michael Bay movie. But the average annual repair cost on the MDX is around $571. That's less than what some BMW owners spend on warning lights alone. A comparable 2017 BMW X5 with similar miles? Around $18,000 to $22,000. Looks like a deal until it's time for repairs. Then suddenly you're researching second mortgage options. And a 2017 Lexus RX350, still sitting at $25,000 to $28,000. Nice vehicle, reliable, but no third row. The MDX gives you space for 6 or 7 people and still costs less. I had a customer last year who bought a 2018 MDX SHAWD with 89,000 miles for $1,750. She walked into my shop expecting a horror story. I put it on the lift, checked suspension, checked for leaks, scanned codes, inspected the rear differential. Know what it needed? An air filter. That's it. She looked at me like I missed something. Nope. Just a well-maintained Honda in a tuxedo. Now, are there things to check? Absolutely. On 2014 to 2016 models, watch for excessive oil consumption. Not common, but it happened. Always check oil level. Make sure the SHAWD system isn't clunking during tight turns. That rear differential needs fluid every 30,000 miles. A lot of owners skip it because they forget it exists. Test both infotainment screens on the dual-screen models. If one freezes, factor in around $500 for a head unit replacement. Not catastrophic, just something to know. Brakes all around? Around $350 to $400. Transmission fluid service? Roughly $200 to $250. Spark plugs around 100,000 miles, about $300 to $400 at an independent shop. These are normal human repair numbers, not import specialist with marble floors numbers. And here's the wild part. There are documented cases of older MDX models clearing 300,000 miles. There was even a 2001 model used as a taxi that reportedly crossed 900,000 miles. That's not typical. But it tells you something about the DNA. The MDX depreciates like it personally offended the stock market. and that's your opportunity. Now, quick pause. If you know someone about to drop $40,000 on a brand new crossover with cloth seats and an ego, send them this video right now. Save a life. Or at least save a car payment. And if this kind of straight, slightly sarcastic truth helps you out, hit that like button so YouTube knows Old Man Garage isn't just yelling at clouds, all right? If you think the MDX is a sleeper, the next one is even more misunderstood. Dealers practically avoid eye contact when you walk toward it. And if this one impressed you, the last SUV on this list is going to make you question every overpriced off-road badge you've ever seen. The 2015 to 2019 Infiniti QX80. Yes, Infiniti. I know, half of America forgot this brand exists. That's exactly why this thing is a steal. When a 2018 Infiniti QX80 rolled off the lot, the MSRP started around $72,000 and easily climbed past $80,000 if you checked a few boxes. Big V8, quilted leather, real wood trim, seats for 7 or 8, towing capacity around 8,500 pounds. This thing was built like it planned on surviving the apocalypse. Fast forward to today, a 2018 model with 80,000 miles, you're looking at $20,000 to $24,000. That is 70% depreciation. 70. That's not depreciation, that's a clearance sale. Meanwhile, a 2018 Cadillac Escalade with similar miles is still sitting between $32,000 and $38,000. And a comparable Lexus LX570? Good luck finding one under $45,000. So why is the QX80 so cheap? Brand hype died, that's it. Mechanically, it's not weak, it's not fragile, it's not experimental. Under the hood sits a 5.6-liter V8, pushing about 400 horsepower and 413 pound-feet of torque, naturally aspirated. No tiny, stressed-out turbo pretending it's a V8, just 8 cylinders doing what 8 cylinders were born to do. It's paired to a 7-speed automatic transmission that Nissan used for years, not some first-year let's beta test on customers setup. This drivetrain has been around long enough to vote. And here's the part most people have no idea about. The QX80 is built on the same platform as the Nissan Patrol Y62. And if you don't know what the Patrol is, imagine the Land Cruiser's slightly louder cousin that lives in Australia and wrestles kangaroos for fun. The Patrol is used in the Middle East, Africa, Australia. Desert heat, dirt roads, brutal conditions. These things rack up 300,000 to 500,000 kilometers like it's just Tuesday. And the QX80? Same bones, same chassis, body-on-frame construction, 2-speed transfer case, real low range, available 4-wheel drive. This is not a crossover pretending to be tough. It's a truck wearing a suit. Fuel economy? Around 14 miles per gallon city and 20 highway. No, it's not efficient. It's a 6,000-pound V8 brick with leather seats. You don't buy this to save polar bears. You buy it because it will outlast most modern, efficient SUVs. I had a guy come into the shop with a 2019 Chevy Tahoe LT he bought for $34,000 with 72,000 miles. Nice truck, solid. But I pulled up a 2019 QX80 with 55,000 miles for the same money. More power, better interior, same body-on-frame toughness, and arguably a more proven global platform. He stared at the screen like I just told him Santa wasn't real. Now let's talk maintenance, because this is where people panic. Brake pads all around? Around $350 to $400. Transmission fluid service? Around $200 to $250. Spark plugs at 100,000 miles? Roughly $350. These are Nissan-level repair costs, not European luxury roulette. The biggest thing to watch is the air suspension. Most QX80 models came with rear air suspension for ride comfort. Eventually, around 120,000 miles or more, you might deal with it. If it fails, a full coil spring conversion runs about $1,200. Do it once and you never think about it again. That's still cheaper than replacing one adaptive suspension module on certain German SUVs. When shopping, avoid the early 2011 to 2013 models that were branded as QX56. Some had timing chain issues. From 2014 onward, those were largely resolved. Stick to 2015 and newer if possible for the sweet spot. Check transmission fluid color. It should be red or pinkish. If it's dark brown and smells burnt, walk away. These transmissions are durable, but neglect kills anything. Push down on each corner to check air suspension response. Make sure it rebounds evenly. Look at the brake rotors. Warping can happen if someone towed heavy loads without upgrading brakes. But overall, this thing is overbuilt. And here's the ironic part. People will finance a brand new mid-size crossover for $45,000 that can tow 3,500 pounds and has a turbo 4-cylinder working overtime, while a 400 horsepower V8 body-on-frame luxury SUV sits ignored at $22,000. If this SUV surprised you, the last one is going to make you laugh out loud at what certain off-road badges are charging these days. Because the next vehicle on this list, it has Toyota truck DNA, it has a V8, it has full-time 4-wheel drive, and in some cases it costs less than a Toyota 4Runner with fewer cylinders. Yeah, let that sink in. The 2014 to 2019 Lexus GX460. This SUV is the automotive equivalent of a retired Navy SEAL who now wears loafers and drinks sparkling water. Calm, polite, completely capable of surviving things you can't. When a 2017 Lexus GX460 was new, MSRP hovered between $51,000 and $65,000 depending on trim. V8, full-time 4-wheel drive, leather everywhere, heated and ventilated seats, real wood, third row, built in Japan, not assembled next to a cornfield, built with intention. Today, a 2017 GX460 with 80,000 miles runs between $28,000 and $33,000. Now here's where it gets funny. A 2017 Toyota 4Runner TRD off-road with similar miles, $32,000 to $37,000. So let me get this straight. The GX460 gives you a 6-liter V8, around 301 horsepower and 329 pound-feet of torque. Full-time 4-wheel drive with a locking center differential, body-on-frame construction, a solid rear axle, Lexus interior quality, and it's often cheaper than a V6 4Runner with cloth seats and a cool badge. Make it make sense. Under the hood sits Toyota's 1UR-FE 4.6-liter V8. Naturally aspirated, timing chain, not timing belt, no turbo, no drama. Just this same engine family has been used in the Lexus LS460, the Toyota Tundra, and related truck platforms. I have personally seen these engines clear 300,000 miles without being opened up, and I've talked to owners who've pushed them beyond that with basic maintenance, oil changes, fluids, brakes, nothing exotic. Fuel economy? Around 15 miles per gallon city and 19 highway. If you're worried about gas, this is not your vehicle. This is a 5,000-pound body-on-frame SUV with a V8. It drinks fuel like a polite adult. Not aggressively, but steadily. And here's the part most people don't understand. The GX460 shares its global platform roots with the Toyota Land Cruiser Prado. That means the underlying architecture was designed to survive harsh terrain, remote regions, bad roads, extreme climates. It wasn't engineered just for suburban speed bumps. Full-time 4-wheel drive, 2-speed transfer case, crawl control on certain trims, multi-terrain select. This isn't a snow mode button pretending to be off-road capability. This is real hardware. I had a retired engineer come in looking at a 2018 Toyota 4Runner TRD off-road. Budget was $38,000. I asked him if he'd considered a GX460. He laughed, said it was for mall parking lots. I put a 2016 GX460 on the lift and showed him the frame. Solid rear axle, real transfer case, skid plates, body-on-frame construction. He bought one with 94,000 miles for $27,000. 6 months later, he told me it was the best vehicle he'd ever owned. Now let's compare apples to overpriced apples. A 2017 Toyota Land Cruiser with similar mileage, $45,000 to $55,000 if you can even find one. A 2017 BMW X5 with 80,000 miles, $18,000 to $22,000. Looks cheaper on paper, but average annual repair costs north of $1,000 are common. Sensors, electronics, cooling systems, it adds up fast. The GX460, brake pads all around roughly $350. Transmission fluid service around $200. Spark plugs at 120,000 miles around $300 to $400. Water pump, one of the more common bigger jobs, typically under $700 including labor. These are Toyota truck repair numbers, with Lexus ride quality. Now you do need to check a few things. First, frame rust, especially if the vehicle lived in northern states with road salt. The frame is everything. Surface rust is normal. Structural rust? Walk away. Second, listen for timing chain rattle on cold start. A brief 1 to 2 second rattle can happen on higher mileage engines. A prolonged metallic rattle? Have it inspected. Third, test crawl control and multi-terrain systems if equipped. Make sure everything engages and disengages properly. Electronics are reliable, but replacing modules isn't cheap. And here's a pro tip. A GX460 from Arizona, Texas, or Florida with 100,000 miles and full service records is often a smarter buy than a 60,000-mile example from a salt-heavy state with no history. This SUV is overbuilt, not in a marketing way, in a "we engineered this to survive bad decisions" way. And that's why it depreciates in the weirdest way possible. People assume Lexus equals fragile luxury. They forget this thing is basically a Toyota truck underneath. So it slides down in price until someone who knows what they're looking at grabs it. If you want the latest giant touchscreen and massaging seats that feel like a chiropractor appointment, look at newer models. Pre-2020 infotainment feels dated. It works. It just doesn't look like a spaceship. The third row is tight for adults. It's not a Suburban. Interior space is smaller than a Highlander or Pilot. But if your goal is this, buy once, maintain it, drive it for 15 years and not panic every time a dashboard light flickers, this is your SUV. So let's recap. The Acura MDX, depreciated, Honda reliable. 3 rows, sensible maintenance, laughably affordable. The Infiniti QX80. 400 horsepower V8, body on frame, Nissan Patrol DNA. Luxury interior for used Camry money, and the Lexus GX460, a V8, full-time 4-wheel drive, Land Cruiser roots and pricing that makes 4Runner buyers uncomfortable. These are the SUVs sitting on dealer lots collecting dust while people sign 72-month loans on brand new crossovers with engines the size of a leaf blower. And that's why we talk about them here at Old Man Garage. If this video saved you from making a $40,000 mistake, do me a favor, subscribe. Because I've got more brutally honest, slightly sarcastic car advice coming that dealerships absolutely do not want you hearing. Drive smart, maintain your vehicle, and stop ignoring the good stuff just because it isn't trending on Instagram.